Today on Rat Cat, I'm going to show you a pack that is changing the way I haul gear in the outdoors. I'm also going to talk about why it might be difficult for you to find the same gear. Nakia here on Rat Cat, where we search for those who've gone missing so others can learn how to survive. As I'm testing out a piece of gear today, I'm going to head up into the Columbia Gorge, up towards Two Chiefs. It's a place that I've gone in the past and I really like. And as I'm getting here, I'm realizing that the way I've gone before is closed. They've blocked it off as marked as private property. In the past, it's always been public access. Today I'm trying out the Aero Pack by True North. It's a pack system that puts the weight on your chest. True North developed this in part based on a pack that John Carlson, a volunteer out of the Wind River Search and Rescue, built for himself and still uses to this day, and I think I have some video of him using it.
The techniques and the principles that we're talking about here are essentially foolproof. It just takes practice, and that's why I always say to vary your sources and practice your methods, and then get it done.
Someday I want to interview him about it. But it's a great system because it puts the load on your front and not just your back. Because you know, if you've ever been backpacking with a heavy pack, you take that sucker off and it feels like you almost fall forward from all that weight. Well, not only does this distribute it lower off your shoulders, but also in the front, so it's a more balanced experience. I'm kind of just bushwhacking out here. I know there's another trail, two other trails that come in from a different direction, from a resort and then from the Pacific Crest Trail. I'm disappointed that it's marked off there. It was a public access through power lines before, and I see more and more big areas that when we moved to this area were open, but are now closed. And I respect people's private property, but we have trails going across our property that we let neighbors and people who are passing through the community use. And in my opinion, it's only fair and just. And I realize some people have had bad experiences. But when you live out in the woods, it's sad to see the woods getting closed off more and more and pieced away. And so it's just harder to enjoy them. But it's fun to get out here, and I'm seeing tons of elk tracks and deer tracks, just a pathway you can mow down here from them, and that's kind of neat, but not what I was expecting, but it's still beautiful. Well, this trip has turned out a little bit different than I thought. I wasn't able to make it where I wanted to go. There's a bigger ravine here in between where I need to go, and it's just going to be too time consuming to get up to Two Chiefs. I'm going to end up having to head back here. It's kind of a disappointing trip, but I found a better way to go in next time. I'm happy to say this pack vest from True North, I really like it. It's loose enough but tight enough that it doesn't bother you. It's unfortunate that they don't make it anymore, but it was good. Hi.
Hello, we're a little confused. Where was the old hot springs in North Platte?
One other thing, yeah, I really like this system, whether it's the Aero Pack or I find something else. Unfortunately, True North has discontinued this line about 3 years ago. They found a number of different groups like to use it, especially some search and rescue canine units. One out of Nevada, I believe they mentioned, and some other ones, but it just never caught on big enough for them to sell it. And they have this version that I have, which uses buckles for the main compartments in the front, because a zipper will break. You know, your zipper always wears out, but a buckle will last a lot longer and is a little bit easier to replace. So I feel really lucky I was able to get this one. Their zippered one, I believe they're out of 2. It was called the Urban Aero Pack, I believe. But the people at True North said if you are interested in one, go ahead and call them and they may be able to try to wrangle one up. My understanding was that this pack that I have here is one of the last ones, was the one of 2 last ones available on their outlet store. You can buy some vests like this, some utility vests. You see law enforcement using those sometimes. But they have material that goes all over your chest, and as you know, when you're hiking, your body's letting out a lot of moisture, you're sweating, and you want to get rid of that. So what's nice about the Aero Vest is that it only is, there's a lot less space where it's covering your body, so you can breathe a lot better. But I want to know what you like. Do you use anything like this? Do you think that you might be interested in using something like this? And what works best for you? Leave your comments below, and we'll all look forward to reading those. Until next time, I'm Nakia, and this is Rat and Cat.